Okay, so today we're going to talk about drum synthesis. First we'll start off with a kick. So we'll get a new serum. Make this a little bit smaller. Right, and we'll put in a note. I'll stick with C3 for now, and then we'll look at an EQ. See what note that is. What frequency we're at, sorry. EQ on the right one. What are we at? 186 or 194. So we'll pull this down. 129. I want to be about 60. So we'll go down to what are we at there? 69. C1. First thing we want to do is put a pitch envelope on the kick. So we'll go to the matrix and we'll put LFO1 to global master tune, and we'll make sure it's going in one direction. Take BPM off, put it on envelope. Already starting to get something. Straight away we want to change it to a sine. And there we go. Okay, we want our kick to be short, so we'll use the envelope. And also like a bit more of a click on it. So we'll use another LFO and we'll put it again to master tuning and make sure it's single, not going bipolar. Go to our third envelope, put it on envelope mode, take BPM off. LFO2 went, oh, I'm doing the wrong one. There we go. So that's our normal kick. There's a little bit of a click on it. Turn it up so you can hear it a little bit better. And without it, so we've got a little click. Other thing you can do is if you go to here, we've got kicks in here. Or the attacks of them. So we can put another LFO on the level of it. We've already drawn the envelope for 3. Just to give it a little bit more of a transient. Right, so that's kicks out the way. You want it longer. Tighter, shorter. Just want to play with your envelopes. That's the click. And that's the pitch. So that's kicks. Beyond there, you would really want to distort it. So let's go into effects, let's put some distortion. And let's shorten it a little bit. Let's try and get this to loop so that that works fine. So we'll get this to loop. Now I've got more of an idea of what it's doing. Right, so that's kicks out of the way. Snares, slightly more difficult and a bit more of a process. I've watched a few videos recently and I've kind of tied a couple of things together in order to get my method of doing it. So if we get rid of this, I'm going to snares. And start off with an init patch. The first thing we want to do is we want to put this envelope, this LFO on envelope mode and take BPM off. Then want to set this to the volume of oscillator 1, which will be a triangle. We want to put the phase down and the bend down. And now you should end up with nice and simple. Put that there. Next we're going to go into the mod matrix. I'm going to go LFO2 and we're going to send that to global master tune. Go to LFO2, make sure that it's going one way, envelope mode, BPM off. We've now created the click. I'll put the rate up a little bit just so that it doesn't squeak. It's more of a click. Next we're going to go straight to the white noise. Done the bottom end of it, transient. So again we're going to go envelope, BPM off on LFO3 and we're going to set it to the level of the noise. The noise I like is bright white noise, and then what I like to do is straight away send it through a filter on the high 12. Put a bit of drive up. Already starting to get our sound. Then I like to move the attack in so the transient comes in. You can hear the main transient better, sorry. It's a bit muddy. It's better. And then bend this. Now if you want a longer snare, pull the rate down and move this closer. Now I've got a longer snare. Let's fine tune it a little bit. It's too loud. Okay, let's have a quick look at the filter. Doesn't sound too bad. Okay, onto effects. First thing you want is distortion. It's going to make it all gel nicely. Next thing you want to do is go to the drive and put an LFO on it again. Again, we're working with envelope mode, BPM off. And we want this to distort right from the beginning and then tail off. Or no, sorry, we don't want it to distort, we want it to distort at the end. So what we'll do is have it like that. If we slow this down, you can see that exaggerated on here. So it distorts at the beginning and it trails off at the end. Alright, so that's good enough. Next for the EQ. EQ, we want a boost on 1000. We want it quite wide. And we want this to move like that. So we're going to put another envelope on it. It's moving the wrong way. I want it to move from... So now it's going... I think we'll get another EQ and we'll just leave it on the base of the fundamental, which is around 200. You can see in the mixer now I'm going into the red. So let's turn the down serum a little bit. That'll do. Right, okay, so we're starting to get this, the shape of the sound. Play about with the envelope on 5. Next, compressor. Put it on multi-band, pull the threshold down a little bit. So there's a little bit too much white noise in there. So we'll go down to, I think it was 3, which is controlling the level of the noise. Maybe we will speed it up a little bit as well. It's a bit faster now. Okay, that's it in Serum. You're kind of done. It's not a bad sounding snare to start with. Next, what I've made is I've made myself a snare rack. So if I go into samples and strips, I've got this, and if I drag this on, this is a series of processing that I've grouped together. So the first one is an EQ, that's not needed. Second one is a saturator. So let's turn them all off and we'll do them in order. The first one's a saturator. Without. Just gives it a little bit more life, and all I'm doing is driving it a little bit with a tiny bit of bass. Next one, Pro 3. Okay, so on here, I've just tried to use my ears and generalize things. So I've got a boost on the fundamental. I've got a dip around 500, a little boost around 1000, and a dip around 3000. Should try and match the transient, the spectral analyzer. You see where it's got a bump there? You should try and match that to bring out everything. And lastly, a limiter. That brings down the transient a little bit, lets you hear the white noise more. Really helps it smack. Right, so from here, let's make sure there's not too much white noise again. Nice and tight one there, or a bit of white noise. So you could easily make 2 variations. So I'll probably save that one as 17. And then I'll probably save another one as 18. So now I have 2 variations of the same snare that are saved. This rack that I've made is nothing special, I just put it together quickly. I'll give it away free with this video if anyone needs it, but I tend to just slap it on the snare after I've made it and then fine tune it. So it's definitely not a one size fits all rack. So now that I've saved everything, let's freeze it and let's flatten it and see what it looks like. And let's put it on the arrange page. It's actually quite a nice looking snare, that one, I think. And that's it. Like and subscribe, guys. Hopefully I'll do more of these videos. Thanks for your time.